we do have that. Then I try to be quick with it. I try to be quick with my fingers so I could like jump back to screen to screen, but I don't got a mouse. Come on, stop. She did it at the Wait, I'm over here doing that, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Yo, we motherfucking back. Yo, refresh that. Yo, see we got the podcast, our recent one, but we gonna see here and see that we live. Yeah, it says we live right now. Okay, we just checking. We got 2 people watching. Appreciate you guys. Who in the chat first? Who in the chat first? I went to my messages. Like, we're gonna try to make this quick as possible. Please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Damn, 0. Bundy beat you again. 0, you slacking, buddy. Damn, 0. And Job beat you again. So today, we're kind of here to, I want to say inform people, and maybe, like, I want to say that we all kind of know this stuff in the world that we're eating in our bodies is not great. The stuff that I just want to get to the point, so we get to it. I want to say the stuff that we put in our bodies to this day is not great. I'm talking about to the food that we actually cook, all the like regular chicken, kielbasa, fried chicken, all that stuff. Learning that as I'm getting older, it's not that good for your body, but at the same time, like I get it, like it's kind of only the food that's put in front of us. If you don't know no other way, you're never gonna learn another way, really, and until somebody teaches you. But I'm learning that in other countries, bro, like from live experience, not from learning from a video or other shit like that. Like actually going to another country, not another country, or another part of the states, because Puerto Rico technically is I think Puerto Rico is technically part of U.S. No, is it? No, I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, when I went to Puerto Rico, I know there was a difference in the way that the food actually tasted. And before I went out there, my friends were always telling me about diet and my diet and how things are supposed to like be type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of funny, and he was always telling me. They always tell me that like juice is bad for you. This stuff is bad for you. I was like, damn, that's crazy. How is all this stuff bad for you? It's like because the chemicals and all the stuff that they put in it. And I'm learning too that most of the stuff that we eat and drink is processed food. And people hear that word and think it's like nothing. Think like the food has been through a processor, and you know what I'm saying. But realistically, most of our food doesn't need to go ever through a processor. If you was to make most of the things that we make in this world, they don't need to go through a processor or a type of, like majority of the time you clean it out, you cut open up, a fruit or whatever, see if they have worms in it. You see, majority of the time if it's a good fruit or a bad fruit, raw and good, that's the majority of the time all you need. Nowadays we putting food through the machines and through all type of chemicals and all type of what's it called? So I'm learning that a lot of this stuff in the world isn't as, at least in America. In America, the people who are supposed to be looking out for us and looking over us, like our government and stuff like that, they haven't been fully truthful with us throughout the years. And it's like we've known as a community, we've all known, but haven't made the change yet. And it's not like I'm trying to sit here. I'm saying I'm gonna take that first, be the first person to take a step because I've never been that person. But I'm learning that it is some serious stuff that I don't know. Like I don't know what else to do other than start to go research and do other studies upon like all right, how to make my natural, how to make a natural like garden and shit like that and shit like that, stuff like that. um the reason why I mention that is because like all the food that we have now is made, like I said, with a whole bunch of different chemicals. Even some of the healthier foods are made with some of the chemicals to preserve the food slash fruit slash sugar slash whatever it may be. And like, why is my phone not being charged right now? That shit kind of weirded me the fuck out. Shit been on the charger the whole time. Zero just might join just now, so who knows? I think he's in the chat. Maybe let's see. Yep. He said, "Yo, damn, greetings, Gar. Q to God, J the Goddess is here. Appreciate that." But I'm learning that a lot of our a lot of the foods that we eat are like just not great for us. I'm talking about from the snacks we eat, from the healthy things we think are healthy, to the things that are actually healthy. And I'm not the one, like I said, I've junk food my whole life. I've junk food my whole entire life away. Still to this day, junk food over real food. Really, I'm not gonna lie. Like real food, I love real food, but it's something about like certain junk food, bro. Like that shit just so addictive. If it didn't fuck up your teeth, my nigga, I would be eating that shit a lot more, and I would be a lot heavier. But I think I would be a lot more in shape because I had control over it as a kid, or my parents gave me a sense of control over it as a kid. Um, Hope everybody's having a good day in here. We got 4 people already in here. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, or like, comment if you haven't done so already. So, hold on. Because this is not what I'm talking about. None of this right here is what I'm talking about. That was Lathers. What's this one? I don't even remember what this video was about. This is about the sunscreen shit too. So also, let alone the stuff, and this was just a racist lady. That was just a racist lady who got run up and done up. Yeah, these like 4 videos right here we was gonna go over. It's something quick, something that I want to just ask people about their opinions and if y'all feel the same. More so, I want to see if y'all agree. Shout out to everybody who's in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all agree that like, all right, so like, do you agree that the government is technically poisoning us and they're not technically helping anything due to the mass population problem? That's the question. Like, I'm learning that like we used to talk about it. We talked about it in school one time during like election time, where we were like, "Yo, the world is heavily populated. Like, it's a lot of people. There's someone being born every day. Da da da. Like millions of people are being born at a time and shit. Like, or not millions. No, that'd be crazy. Thousands of people are being born at a time. And something about how it was hard to keep up, and it was like." It was during a science class or something like that, I believe. But I didn't know what they were talking about until they went into a deeper explanation. And now I'm starting to realize too is that like we as a community are starting to, not yet, but eventually we're starting to run short on food supplies because of the way we're making our food, and we're realizing that the process, like we were running short at once upon a time. Let me say it like this: we were running short on food supplies, and we were hated waiting the seasons, and we hated the time frame it took for us to make food in our products for us to be happy. So I feel like we got away from traditional way of growing food and getting stuff done because it took so long, and maybe because they felt like so many people were dying of starvation because of those, and so many people didn't have those skills needed to, build and shit like that. That eventually science came into it, and they started finding ways to preserve food and make food last longer. And honestly, I won't fully say science came into it and started, but long story short, Americans started to change the way we, or whatever part of the culture started changing the way we eat things. Once we started getting more like call it, let's just say colonized. Once we start getting more civilized and colonized together is when everything kind of started to, I feel like, personally, a feather? Where the fuck you came from? Oh, they jamming tonight over there. Um, but anyways, my point being is that we've recently known too, like of recent, we've been hearing a lot about how like there's certain stuff going on in the news with certain fast food places. Even McDonald's for the longest was having problems with uh, cuisine and actually being healthy and following a guideline that was healthy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? As far as the way the food is prepared, the way how long the food is preserved for, all that shit. Like back in the day, we probably were using natural ingredients at first, but then they realized how much they were making. They realized how much people were buying. They realized how much they were running out of product every week, selling out. Because our fat asses want to go find McDonald's outside instead of fucking making the ground beef burger that you got in your fridge that could make 10 different McChicken. I said McChicken, McDoubles. But we choose to go to McDonald's and shit and spend our money. So eventually, just like anything else in your household, when you fucking go ahead and try to buy it, when you buy it, it eventually runs out. When you buy something, you eat it, it runs out. All the food in the world, eventually that shit runs out, bro. So I'm learning nowadays, shit was running out, kept running out. Nobody had the answers, nobody had the solutions until science came along and they started replicating shit. For instance, y'all heard about Blue 40, yellow yellow dye, whatever, all the dyes they put in the drinks and all that other shit. It's so much shit going on, but I'm learning too, at least they're saying that a lot of the chemicals and stuff that they're putting there is intentional. So it can cause stuff over time. I'm learning that the government, at least in my standpoint from the videos I've been watching that I might put y'all on to, it seemed like the government trying to take each and every one of us out slowly but surely because they know something we don't. Something's coming along and we don't really know what's going on. First, since Zero was talking about sunscreen, I just want to let you know. Zero. I don't know if he's here. I don't know. Let me see. Where was that?
We have been lied to about sunscreen. SPF 50 doesn't block out twice as much as SPF 25. It only blocks out 1% more. SPF 100, that's just a marketing trick with a heavier chemical load. Most conventional sunscreens are packed with endocrine disruptors like oxybenzone, homosalate, avobenzene. They soak in through your skin and disrupt your hormones and have been found even in breast milk, blood, and urine days after use. And here's what they don't tell you. SPF only measures UVB, the rays that burn. It tells you nothing about UVA rays, the ones that go deeper and age your skin, damage your DNA, and drive skin cancer. Ever since chemical sunscreens hit the market in the 1970s, the rates of melanoma and other skin cancer have skyrocketed. It's not about the sun. We've had the sun forever. It's about what we're putting on our skin. If you can't pronounce it, don't use it. That's why I use Organic Jaguar Sunblock. It's non-nano zinc oxide. It's simple ingredients from nature, not from a lab. Your skin deserves better than a chemical experiment. Send this to a friend or parent still using chemical sunscreen. We have been lied to about sunscreen. SPF 50 doesn't block out twice.
There was another video that this nigga was just showing how much metal. He said it had metal in your skin, but it was. And tell you, let's just look at this picture. So they saying like Banana Boat brands, this brand right here, he was saying this brand in particular has like the chemicals that metal had that they use to make like metals and stuff like that in it, and you're putting that in your skin, which is causing your skin when you're outside in the sun to get really hot. Like if you ever had a bike back in the day and you left that bitch out in the sun, or if you have a car, you leave that bitch out in the sun and you touch it and get hot because heat gets absorbed in it. Anyways, I don't know the science fully behind it. I just know for sure what he was saying, that this one in particular. I'm not sure about the rest of these. I know these ones seem more like friendly. I think he's going from this one being like the 1, 2, 3, 4 being the worst, and then like going down 5, 6, 7 ones that you probably should use. That's just about sunscreen, because Zero was talking to me about sunscreen. That was just something I wanted to show him. But I didn't get a chance to. Oh, also about this too, about stuff that the government been lying to us about. Like I said, people be like, oh, the government can't lie about like commercial ads, or like they can't be doing false advertisement. But they do it to a point where they got onto the same page. They knew the company from the jump, or they you know, some big partnership. I don't know how it goes, but I know for a fact we've been duped multiple times on believing so much shit is like gonna work for us. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, sunscreen, or type of sunscreen, or for instance, glasses.
All behavior is belief driven. If you want to create a new result in your life, more money, healthier body, better relation, whatever it is, if you want to create a new result, you need to do a new behavior. In order to do that new behavior, it's required a belief that says that behavior is possible, because all behavior is belief driven. Your brain is
Always something else for y'all another time. Alright, well, anyways. For instance, if you eat Chick-fil-A, or like I was just saying, restaurants like McDonald's and stuff like that.
About some of the successes you've had with the major food companies and what the reaction was when you started taking them on.
Chick-fil-A was one of the first ones that I took on. I wrote a blog post called Chemical Filet or Chick-fil-A. There was close to 100 ingredients in the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. The company actually reached out to me, invited me to their headquarters, and started to make some changes and improvements to their product. It's still not perfect and it has a lot of room for improvement, but that was the first step for making me realize that I had a voice and that I could change the food industry. And then from there, I took on Kraft macaroni and cheese, one of the most iconic meals in America, and I asked them to remove artificial food dyes. They were already not using artificial food dyes in Europe, because in Europe there's a warning label if you use an artificial food dyes that says may cause adverse effects on activity and attention in children. Right. And they were putting the dyes in their mac and cheese here in the United States. We got that out. We got a chemical out of Subway bread called azodicarbonamide. It's a chemical you find in yoga mats and shoe rubber. Subway was not using this chemical in all these other countries. The rubber that you find in yoga mats was found in the buns at Subway. And you said, hey, can you take the rubber out? Yeah, well, if you turn a yoga mat sideways, you see evenly dispersed air bubbles. Well, it was doing the same thing in bread. This was a chemical that when it's heated, it turns into a carcinogen. It does not belong in our food. It's definitely not eating fresh.
Talk about some of the successes you've had with the major food companies.
Now, that was the news. That was the bitch on the news talking about it. It's funny because we will watch the news and watch all this stuff and then still indulge in everything that the government's given to us. It's because partially they say because we're brainwashed. And I'm starting to just believe everything that I'm hearing on the internet. At the end of the day, like, whether it's conspiracy or not, whether, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm just at the end of the day, like, thinking to myself, like, what do I do? I'm, like, really got to stop eating Chick-fil-A. I really got to go back on, cut my diet out into being shit that I eat in the house. Even the shit I eat in the house be having dyes and food, bad shit that I'm not supposed to eat. So then I got to go find more natural ingredients. You have to go search. And it's funny because it's like the government created a system where it's like you have a choice. Go find all the ingredients you need to be healthy and natural, which be in the shelves in like other stores like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's somewhat. Who? I don't know who doctor that. I don't know what doctor that is. I don't know what you're talking about. That is like listening to Doctor. I don't know who's doctor's advice. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you something that I know for a fact that is true. That's why I didn't like sunscreen. When I used sunscreen for the first time, honestly, bro, I really got cooked. Like I didn't like that. Like when I never used sunscreen, bro, before, like, and I'd be out in the sun for a little bit. I ain't never go home with no sunburn or none of that, and it bothered me that one day I actually used sunscreen. The day I used sunscreen is the day I actually had sunburn. My skin was peeling off. The day I actually, like, you know what I'm saying? They actually listened to some shorties and people that use sunscreen, and come to find out they're using the wrong sunscreen. I'm not saying that sunscreen is bad for you altogether, but I'm saying there's definitely a lot of commercial brands out here that people are using that are bad for you. That's what I was trying to say. But now we're talking about the food industry. Like Zero say all the time, he's I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And or like, you know, because, you know, eventually we don't, you know, we say like even if you were to be 100 years old, there's things on this earth way older than you, beyond whether you can comprehend it or not. We don't live that long as human beings. We do not. But the government is trying to cut our life expansion down by a lot. And some companies are too, whether they like it or not. I was wondering why Chick-fil-A is so good. Their chemicals got us fucking addicted to chemical tasting food. Not even real tasting fries and shit like that. Because when I was like I said, when I was in Puerto Rico, bro, things didn't taste like, I don't know how to explain it. Things didn't taste like how they taste up here. If you go to Puerto Rico, bro, for real, or like go to another country where they're more health conscious on the food, and it's weird because like we're like the heaviest. I think we have some of the heaviest people in America. In America is here. Like some of the heaviest overweight people are in America, and I'm pretty sure that's a fact. I'm pretty sure America is the most obese state slash, not state, I said state. Goddamn fucking, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? We're the most fat, we're the fattest, okay? Out of all the countries, my fault, I couldn't even fucking speak. Out of all the countries, we're definitely one of the fattest fucking people. And that's gonna be the next podcast before we end it. We're definitely gonna do probably, like my 100-pound life and shit like that, because I always find them shits to be crazy interesting. All right. But I just want to know how y'all feel if y'all had to stop eating like fast food because the chemicals were causing you to maybe in the future have cancer or arthritis, chronic headaches, gut, colon, and stomach issues, heart, high blood pressure. Like, if it caused you to have all that, would you continue to just keep eating it, or change your diet completely? I think I could change my diet completely. Like, if I didn't want it, like, all right, if it's just Chick-fil-A, like, if I just had to cut out Chick-fil-A, that's one thing. But if I had to cut out every fast food, now I'm like, damn. If you're not talking about pizza, if pizza is not a fast food joint, and you're not talking about, like, if you saying we gotta go to a restaurant and sit down, and even that, you gotta order something like a salad or something like all natural burger. I seen my boy do it for a little bit. I just don't know if those Beyond Burgers were really Beyond Burgers. Now that I know that the government be capping about shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like, how do we feel about? Let's see, chat. How do we feel about that? How do we feel? We know that the government. Okay, whoa now. Doctor's an all natural soap brand has Bigfoot smoke pipe on it, but you don't have to cut me off. You didn't have to cut me off. Look up one of the commercials. Gar, are you still going to go on? Is so good. Is good. I'm not gonna lie, Zero. I'm drunk off some. I'm tired. I'll be free tomorrow. Nah, not a fan of Chick-fil-A. Well, I'll definitely take a spicy Popeyes chicken sandwich. They're bad too. Popeyes is terrible too. I agree, Zero. They're expensive. I work tomorrow from 11:30 to 10 p.m. God damn. I will be free tomorrow before I go to work. I will likely be asleep, especially if I need to take the bus. I recently stopped eating McDonald's. McDonald's is too expensive as well. I wish I definitely take a large fry and diet drink. No ice though. Not interested personally. My take is if removing these chemicals increase the price but tastes the same. See, that's what I'm saying though. So like when I was out in Puerto Rico and stuff like that, the pricing was like, the thing is, it didn't taste the same. It tasted better. It tasted fresher. It tasted more natural. Like they still had chemical. I'm not gonna sit here and say Puerto Rico didn't have no chemicals, but they didn't have the harsh ones, the dyes and all the extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like sea salt. You know, fries. Like shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain it. Whatever, a little bit more healthier than. For instance, I had a bag of Doritos. Right? Doritos did not have the same exact flavor. They were Doritos, like the actual Dorito logo, all that. But they had less I can tell they had less chemical in them. They had more like natural flavored cheese. They had more of a tortilla chip. It was an actual tortilla, not like some tortilla chip made with extra tips. I actually got to look at the Dorito recipe because it's made with so many damn chemicals. It's not even funny. But on their label, on their thing, it tells you what it's made with. I don't know. It just felt different. It felt like I was being lied to. I was like, how come these Doritos taste different than the ones at home. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that it's because the ones at home is the real ones. But like low key, these ones are like all natural Doritos. And not all natural, but they got chemicals that, like for instance, a chemical that's supposed to be in chip, if you were to make chips. Damn, I'm trying to think. It's dough. Obviously, it's like some type of dough flour or whatever, but like, not even dough. Hey Siri, how do you make chips from scratch? Potatoes, right? I'm not tweaking. Yeah, but I'm not even talking about like just potatoes, like not potato chips. There you go, my fault. Hey Siri, how do you make Doritos from scratch? My fault. Cut from tortilla. Fuck. Hey Siri, how do you make Doritos from scratch? So you cut tortillas, you cut tortilla chips, or you cut tortillas slash the things you use to like make fuck, what's some shit's called? Not burritos, but burritos. You can make burritos with tortillas, right? I'm not tripping. Either way, cheese. It started with cheese. It's like a grilled cheese quesadilla. You can use tortillas to make a quesadilla. There you go. Fuck. Anyways, they tasted like a real tortilla chip. It tasted like they came straight from the fucking. I don't know.
People are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things. We'll decide. I mean, people are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for.
All right. Next topic was like it kind of goes into the last one where I was talking about how like the government is trying to get rid of us as people, but like more so cut down population by building robots low key, because once robots come in, eventually they'll put us out of a job. If it does put you out of a job, then you need to find another one. And if you don't find another one, because all the robots have them, you can't really eat anything or afford anything. So now you're homeless, hungry, and then eventually you end up dying because of starvation / sicknesses / the robot's fault. I low-key thought this was the other. There's another video that I got underneath this, I think, that was talking about health and stuff like that as well. But how do y'all feel about actual AI robots and people taking over? Yeah, because the next video actually has to do with this video. How do y'all feel about that? Okay, whoa. I need to start keeping my chat open. PRQ wins the next time you go on. I like to see a Latina mommy. To be honest, bro, I'm down. I want to take a guy's trip for real. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. But like, I ain't trying to take no guy trip with niggas who ain't trying to do shit. Like, just because we in PR, don't mean we want to just be in the hotel. Like, no. Unless we got, like, some type of resort shit. But, like, I want to at least be out and about. And we'll get some drinks and shit. But I want to do, like, a guy's trip. Somehow stream it. Stream from the hotel. In real life, the in real life shit gonna have to be videos, gang. I ain't gonna be able to drop no in real life streams until I get my phone situation right. Once that happens, we Gucci. But I want to do one for sure. I want to do like a tour, honestly. Let me stop giving out ideas, but I would like to travel around this whole bit. But hold on. Went to PR. If you super healthy, it would be Whole Foods. And no, thank you. Affordable is what depends on chip. Some chips and corn tortilla chips. No Papi tortilla. I'm not even Spanish, and your pronunciation hurts my soul. Man, she not gonna come. She not gonna come get nothing, nigga. I've been here the whole time. I've been here my whole life, bro. Like, I do things the way I want to do. If I want to say tortilla, I want to say tortilla. I want to say any of that. I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it. That's how it go. She could say. She tell me to roll my R's all the time. I can't, bro. I really can't. I really can't roll my R's. I can't do it, bro. I can't. I can't do that shit, bro. Like, that's not it, bro. I say tortilla. That's why I said it like that, because I can't roll shit. Tortilla, like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, next topic was robots. How y'all feel? How y'all feel about the AIs? Personally. Chat, what y'all on with the AIs? And what y'all think about this next video right here? Because in my opinion, I don't really care for AI, but like, hey, it's been helpful, I guess. And what y'all think about this?
In the 1960s, I better watch what I say or the government might wiretap my house. People today, hey wiretap, what temperature do I need to cook chicken at and for how long? In the 1960s, I better watch what I say or the government might...
I thought I was tweaking. Oh, I might be tweaking. I could have sworn it was like... Hold on. Let me hear this one too.
That the third most common cause of death now globally after heart disease and cancer.
No, these are too quick. These are way too quick. Something is not right here. I feel like there was like more to the video. I'm getting tight. I feel like that's not how short it was supposed to be.
In the 1960s, I better watch what I say or the government might wiretap my house. People today, hey wiretap, what temperature do I need to cook chicken at and for how long? In the 1960s.
I could have sworn I done sent myself. Did I like it and not send it to myself? Let me see. Coño. We gotta end this soon. No? I guess that's what we got going on. I could have sworn it was like, cause I don't know, I was watching something else. It was something else about manipulation and the way that it's like, do you believe that? Okay, yeah, right. I generally think though, me and Gemini is cool, but he needs to work replacing humans. I'm fine with. I care more about knowledge than anything. But he needs some work replacing humans. I'm fine with. So you don't mind if they take your jobs, or you don't mind if the government's listening to you. I mean, obviously, if you're not hiding nothing, obviously it doesn't really matter. But I be feeling like nowadays it's like you can literally be like, yo, I want to get a dirt bike for my son. I don't know where to look. You go on your phone and go on Instagram or Facebook, and somehow on Facebook Market they got a fucking on Facebook Market they got a dirt bike for your son. They got a little dirt bike for little Johnny on Amazon. If he was on Instagram, if he was on TikTok, they got a deal. If you buy 7 shirts, you could get a dirt bike for free somehow. Like, I'd be like, where the fuck did all these dirt bikes start showing up? And then when I wasn't looking for them, like now that I'm looking for them, they showing up. Before I wasn't looking for them, they nowhere to be found. Or you be like, man, I wish I could find a dating app right now. And you find a fucking dating app immediately. It's not God, bitch. Can't be God. God not trying to steer you into the way of love right now, bro. Like, God is trying to put you on the right path to your destination as far as what your goals and dreams are. So I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with the fact that we do have that, but I do fuck with it, if that makes sense. Makes it easier, but I don't like the fact that there's like a scarier side to it. If that makes sense. I don't like the fact that there's like a whole nother side of that. Most people, if you're not into technology, or if you're not into what's it called, science, technology, technology, scientists, whatever, you know what I'm saying? God damn it, can't speak today. It's because I'm trying to hurry up. I think it's a big problem. I think there was still a problem in 1960s though with the phone, let alone. But I generally believe that we're being like watched just heavily, bro. Like we're being controlled and watched. But like, what do I do? Me personally, with my knowledge, the fuck I'm supposed to do except for talk about it? Yeah, obviously, and my goal isn't to work for me. And job won't be created by me. I mean, yes, there is that too, where you won't have to really rely on AI or whatever. But what happens if yours is based on technology and you don't have the technology to, you know what I'm saying? You need something like, say there's no more real engineers out there that know how to use the system anymore because AI done took over for so many years. I don't know how to explain this. This wouldn't work out. There's too many fucking people in the world that actually have a brain. And I don't think AI could really take over. But I think they could definitely switch up the game and fuck us up. Because we are too dumb of a people to like actually realize shit's going wrong. I feel like. And I said we. Because we could be seeing, like I said, we could be seeing on the labels the chemicals that's in a bag. The chemicals that we're eating every day. And still turn around and do it the next day acting like it's a choice. Health, they say, over wealth. Now, I want to say, if that means it costs a little bit more to eat healthy, at least you're eating healthy and lasting longer, they're saying. But I also get what Zero will be saying, you know. As long as I'm happy and I'm still being able to move and do what I need to, might be a little bit of pain here and there, but I just feel like it'd be dumb though. I feel like it's just dumb to die from like not cancer. Like it'd be dumb from dying from like stuff that you could have prevented. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Not I wasn't trying to like call out a certain illness, but I feel like certain things like, you know, like they were saying arthritis. It says cancer on there. It's one of the biggest ones, but like chronic heart attacks and gut, you know, like illnesses that all can cause other things like high blood pressure and cause you to have a stroke and all this other shit, which is kind of crazy to me that our government doesn't care enough about our health or even their own health sometimes. Well, I don't think they probably would be eating this shit that we're eating. But I know they're not eating greens either. I know they're not over there just eating fucking vegetables and fruits all day. Anyways, to the next video. I don't think there was much more to the rest of this podcast for today. Anyways, honestly, after yesterday and then seeing today, I didn't really prepare much for today. And I had these little videos that I wanted to respond to, but I thought they were longer. I must have confused like Facebook with Instagram. I don't know. Because I thought these videos were so much longer. We might even get to that belief video. We'll have a chance. Shit, we might even watch an extra video just because it's more violence, but she deserved it. So Chick-fil-A, wiretap, this shit. I don't know, what does this see? Let me see.
That the third most common cause of death now globally after heart disease and cancer is prescribed medications. What your doctor prescribes for you, mainly because of avoidable side effects, but also the information that doctors are using to make clinical decisions are based upon these industry-sponsored trials where they keep their data commercially confidential, which ultimately means that the safety and the benefits are grossly exaggerated. That the third most common cause of death now globally after heart disease and cancer is prescribed medications.
Okay, so and that's crazy too, because nowadays you can get prescribed so many different medications, and people are overdosing on what the fuck, what's that shit called? You can overdose on any medication, to be honest with you. So the fact is that it is crazy too that our system is allowing people to have medications that can allow them to be overdosing in a simple fact. And sometimes it's not the medic or the person who prescribed them's fault. Sometimes it is the person's fault, but a lot of times it's crazy that we can't decipher because there's so many people in this world sometimes, and you got to do your job so many times in a day that we can't decipher, who deserves a certain amount of medication, how many pills they need, and we have so many resources and so much technology, but we can't get somebody to come through and then we have to take one pill and never have to take it again. You know what I'm trying to say? For their, we probably do have it, but I'm saying money-wise, you need the money in order to probably even get to that point in time in life. But the fact of the matter is him saying that some of the doctors don't even know, like, what's going on based on the studies and based off the fact that, like, they're all going off of a science that they already kind of made a while ago. They're going off of things that, you know what I'm saying? They're not, I don't know, re-watch this.
Doctor prescribes for you, mainly because of avoidable side effects, but also the information that doctors are using to make clinical decisions are based upon these industry-sponsored trials where they keep their data commercially confidential, which ultimately means that the safety and the benefits are grossly exaggerated. So that the third most common...
I don't know what he mean by all that part at the end. He kind of got a little bit, like, he was kind of like sugarcoating shit, never cutting shit out. But every time I hear one of these like videos and stuff like that, I just think about how often we always have a problem, bro. Like, we be breaking down as humans, bro, and you just keep going back to the motherfucking doctor. And it wasn't until I got older when I realized a lot of this shit is not fair. It's like a lot of this, a lot of this life, that American life that we call, free, and is not fair. Like, some places where you go, like Canada, they got free healthcare and stuff like that. And we don't got none of that shit. We need it. Got a lot of people fucking hurting, dying, and can't afford just to even get the goddamn arm fixed. Damn it, they gotta be like this because healthcare and all that shit is so fucking high. I mean, health insurance. That's healthcare. Health insurance. Smart. Sorry. Or your health bill. I don't know what the fuck I'm on. Where am I on? What am I on? Cloud 9 right now? I gotta be high. I keep wanting to smoke, but I must be already high. Cause I'm saying your fucking hospital bills be out the ass. Just to even get dropped off at the hospital is out the ass. Fucking $1,000 plus to get dropped off at a hospital, no matter damn near where you at. I think the government really trying to kill us, bro. Like, let alone us trying to kill each other and people trying to murder each other. Got people trying to go to the moon, move out there. They want to move to the moon because whatever else is going on Earth, they know it ain't stable, so they don't want to live here. Food's got chemicals in it that we're not supposed to be eating. They went to other countries, saw that they didn't have these chemicals. It proven, you know what I'm saying? It's proven that these chemicals like from Doritos have causing heart blood clots and artery deficiencies, and I said deficiencies, artery blood clots. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm not a person to talk about health like that, but I am a person who definitely was like, am and still very much in control of my life to at least be starting to be more aware. And like, for instance, shout out to Gar. He trying to stop going to McDonald's and eating McDonald's. I try to stop eating Burger King as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Other than just fast food too, though. We're like, we're talking about regular foods, chips, sodas. I'm trying my best, bro. Right now I want to drink a soda or chips and juice, but that's due to the fact that I'm smoking weed and I be wanting munchies all the time. That's just that, I believe. If I didn't smoke weed all the time, I wouldn't want the munchies like that as much. But I still would like them. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, think we gotta get to our next video before the day is done. I at least want to say that we started our podcast within today on a Sunday, whether it was 30 minutes in or 20 minutes in, at least when it started. This one wasn't even that long. I believe we're only on here for like 30 minutes. Let me see. We got 5 more minutes. If I go 5 minutes, that's going to cut into the next time, which would only leave us 25 minutes for the rest of the day, which doesn't really matter to me. Today, this month has really been successful, to be honest with you. I was nervous again, but I think we are pretty good. The next podcast will be an update podcast and just a quick yeah, like I said, update, I guess. Just a full-blown update and things that we got. Honestly, I don't think it'd be an update. I don't think we should even really go for another one, to be honest. Because if I do an update right now, it's going to be another update in like another 3, 4, 5 days. But to be honest, if I do an update in 3, 4, 5 days, it's going to be about interviews and stuff like that. I'll figure it out. But I'd rather get started now, trying to figure out something now for y'all. At least get something up there. I mean, there was a topic that I just saw there, which I know I could talk about for hours. It has to do with relationships, and I don't think we talked about relationships in a minute. And belief. Alright, so we'll do like 2 little late night ones. And then I'll probably call it a night. I definitely don't want to stream no more. Like, really, since I have the day off, like I said this again, I'm gonna really try to go to bed. I'm try to save this spliff until I hit the bed. So, look, man, I ain't really have too much of a lesson, but the lesson for today, because I don't know how I would get out of this situation as being watched over by the government or being watched over by anybody, or if I'm underneath a certain type of system in a way to get out. So far I'm comfortable in the system, but if the shit start to fall to pieces and, you know, I find out that I do, you know, like, say I catch some type of disease, I do get some type of, you know, high blood pressure, or start getting heart attacks, or I have to turn around and look around and blame myself. I'm going to just say that for y'all. Y'all going to have to start blaming yourselves for, like, not being educated or reading what y'all putting into your bodies. The way I inform people would be, I guess, like I said, is doing this and relaying at least the message I received from these videos and from the people I know. And I think that's just what I've been put on this earth to do at this point, is just to either reference something that somebody else done already said, or give y'all a piece of information that I done found out, or something that I done figured out on my own through this podcast, let alone figuring it out on my own. But even if I figured it out with a person on the interview, you know what I'm saying? So be careful with your phones. Make sure they don't turn into robots or Decepticons. They say not to put the phone next to your ear or your head because all the radio waves. But honestly, at this point, I'm learning that ain't nothing no safe in this world. We're already underneath the movement control. It's just about when are we going to change it as a group, as a whole. I feel like once we change it as a whole, it's going to get a lot harder too. Things ain't going to be as sweet. Anyways, shout out to Zero, Jada Goddess. AI is bad for our government. Okay, I agree. I agree. I agree, and I like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying. I only think I see if for our government. I feel like our government made it though. Like, oh wait, my fault. I said government, environment. AI is bad for our environment. Yeah, I said government. I don't know why I saw that. It looked like a G from here. Takes away from. Alright, I agree. We didn't have much to talk about. Y'all didn't talk too much about the food though. But it's alright. But AI experience insurance. To be honest, bro, like I said, I think AI. Look, I gotta get ready. This last thing I'm gonna say. Shout out to Jitty Goddess. Shout out to Ja. Shout out to Zero. Shout out to Ted. Appreciate you guys joining today. And I agree. I pretty much agree with you guys on that. And like I said, to be honest, just watch out, man. Take your health seriously a little bit more. Take your health a little bit more seriously. Go outside and get some fresh air, get some sunlight without the suntan, the sunscreen. For a little bit, do a couple days at a time, going outside 2 hours at a time, get that real natural sunlight, absorb it through your body. And yeah, man, we're about to hop on to the next podcast, low key, right after this. Yeah, I guess we'll jump on here. We'll jump on to the next one after this. I'm gonna see y'all 2.2.
She didn't have to